Hello, welcome to a brand new preview episode for Black and Black Cinema. I'm your host, Jay. I'm here with my co-host, Micah,
Hey,
Terrence,
what's up?
and Tiara.
Hey.
All right, guys, we are back. This is a preview episode for episode 292, the 2025 action comedy film Shadow Force. Look, we are doing something light. We did On Becoming a Guinea Fowl last week. This may be at the exact opposite end of the spectrum. So we're just going to have fun with this. This is starring Kerry Washington, Omar Sy, and Jaleel Kamara. The logline here is an estranged couple with a bounty on their head must go on the run with their son to avoid their former employer, a unit of shadow ops that has been sent to kill them. This is directed by Joe Carnahan, who did the A-Team movie a couple of years ago and Smoking Aces, I believe. So it's going to be dumb fun, I'm sure. Don't take it too seriously. This is not indicative of the type of movies we'll be doing for the rest of the year, I swear. But it should be a lot of fun. So I think you can watch this on, what was it, if you have Stars, it's on there, or you can just rent it anywhere. So Shadow Force, look forward to that next week. From goofy to serious, the random topic this week is about the killing of Renee Good in Minneapolis the other day at the hands of an ICE agent named Jonathan Ross. I think largely the topic here is this is a canary in the coal mine sort of situation. Not that there hasn't been many of them, but Renee Good, I think, matters a little bit more, not more, but is a significant sort of inflection point because she is a white woman. And America, for all its racist nonsense, loves to protect white women's feelings above all else and their safety. And when the government starts killing white women indiscriminately and calling them domestic terrorists, and somehow Ashley Babbitt wasn't one, according to this administration, it's a problem. And it's a problem for black people and people of color very specifically, because if they're killing white women, then it is kind of open season on anybody a shade darker than her. So I will go to Tiara. You haven't been on in a while. What are your thoughts on the killing of Renee Good?
I mean, I would argue that it's been open season on anyone that was black and brown forever, right?
Sure.
And ICE. First of all, the shooting of Renee Good. I mean, what can you say other than the fact that it's not only just tragic, but it's infuriating, right? I think when I saw the video, including the what was it, the body cam video that the White House released because they thought that was such a good idea.
Right. He didn't have a body cam. It was his phone.
Cell phone. Yeah,
his phone or whatever. I mean, but it's
supposed to have out. But,
I think it's hard for me to articulate just how deeply angry I am every day, but angry and also scared as well, because ICE is out of control. Right?
And you're, for people who don't know, you're in LA. So
I'm in LA. And a couple of days ago, ICE actually picked up a vendor a quarter mile away from my apartment. Mm-hmm. So they've been all around my neighborhood as recent as yesterday. They're also in another neighboring part of the city called Echo Park. So they're there pretty frequently. And in some of the areas in which I work, like for people who are familiar with the area, sometimes I have to go near MacArthur Park, which is heavily Hispanic area, but also there's also a lot of drugs. It's not a safe area. And I remember like having to text my colleagues telling them, hey, there's an ICE raid going on, just steer clear of the area. And that was like months ago when I had to send those texts. But now what's so terrifying is that they were willing to shoot that woman in the face 3 times over nothing. She wasn't doing anything wrong. And ever since then, it feels like they are just escalating with dragging people out of their cars. Like they dragged out a disabled woman who was trying to go to a doctor's appointment, busted open her window. Yeah, they also stopped a special education teacher. I think she was like either leaving school or trying to get to her students. I can't remember which one, but they're going after people honestly probably who thought they were safe. And I've been seeing some of the discourse online, namely threads. With threads is actually quickly becoming like old school Twitter with a lot of
notice that too.
a lot of good and bad takes on there. But it has been refreshing to see some white people say like, hey, this is what people of Black Lives Matter have been talking about for the last decade and a half. And now you're realizing that one, all lives matter people are silent because they probably voted for Donald Trump anyway. And they love this happening. But also because there is a bubble that white people have gotten to live in. And we've, like I said, they've already been coming after us. They've already been arresting Black people unfairly. ICE actually killed a Black man out here in Northridge, California on New Year's Eve. His name is Keith. I can't remember his name, unfortunately. But an off-duty ICE officer killed him. So and he's finally starting to get more attention. But that happened a few days before the Renee Good killing. So now, but it's like it's interesting seeing some white people kind of ask like, oh my God, is America no longer safe? And it's been a little it's frustrating because I'm like, what has it ever, like what made you think that this wouldn't touch you either? And just one last point before I did here, because I know we're going to talk more about it, but it is it's also frustrating for me to see people who just were so blasé about the last election and so blasé about like, oh, it's not going to get that bad. Well, it's worse. We're not even a year into this administration, and it's so much worse than the 4 years that man was in office. And I still think there's this like attitude that wants that we just have to survive 3 more years, guys, and it'll be all over. But it's just like, that can't be your mindset, because one, we didn't have to be here in the first place. But what makes you think that this can't get worse? What happens when they just start shooting anybody and everybody? They're already banging down doors.
I mean, so them having, qualified or just complete immunity.
Yeah.
So what stops him from cranking up the violence?
What are laws?
Yeah.
They make up the law. So yeah, man, I don't really have any silver linings. I haven't had any silver linings, honestly, since Kamala Harris lost. I think my attitude is the same, which is that it's going to get really bad. And I think for me, it's just about keeping my head down. But I have no reason to believe that one day I may be someone who may be caught on camera getting shot by an ICE agent. Who's to say that one day they won't bust open my door or catch me walking my dog or whatever? It can happen to any of us. But I've known that. But I think a lot of white folks are kind of starting to understand it can happen to them too.
Right. Terrence, your thoughts?
Yeah, I would probably echo pretty much everything she said. And the funny thing is, like, we're Black, so we've been dealing with this shit our entire lives. I'll be 45 in 2 months. And I've been stopped countless times by the police. But this is slightly different because these niggas don't play by any rules. At least the cops, they have to tell you who the fuck they are, and they're not masked up and shit like that. These dudes walk up on you and be like, show me your papers. They're supposed to have a warrant. They're supposed to have some kind of paperwork to prove that they're there to pick you up for some particular reason. And they're not even doing that. All of these videos of them of them just harassing people, they're very bold because they have masks on. Yeah, her getting shot, again, when I first heard it, I'm like, damn, they shot a fucking Hispanic woman? That was my first thought. And then when I saw who they shot, I'm like, what? Like a white woman? What the fuck? Wow, we are fucked. And then the narrative is she's a domestic terrorist. Here's the interesting thing about her being shot. She's a lesbian. That was the way to other her.
Yeah. Oh, they kept pointing that shit out.
Like, they kept pointing out that she was a lesbian. Like, oh, she's a lesbian with 3 children. I don't like that shit. So that's why people don't really give a fuck. Some people on the right, I don't even know if these people are bots or what, but like, I knew people were fucked up, but we were having this conversation about how fucked up people were on Dense Pixels that no one will ever hear because Brad fucked up. Thanks, Brad. But
See, trying to keep y'all
at
down.
this, right at this point, it's like a nature versus nurture situation. Like I feel like some people are just evil. I don't even know if it's fucking nurture. I think people are just. It's just bizarre that you can see these people just harassing folks and say, well, they should have complied. It's fine. We don't like these Hispanic folks. And again, like, I don't know if they're going to come for black folks. I don't have the temperament for someone accusing me of some shit that I didn't do. If someone comes up to me with no warrant or some shit like that and like, let me see your ID, I'm like, fuck off. I might get shot. Like if they decide to harass me, I'm not the type to just completely comply. They would shoot me. And I don't know, I don't really fear it, but it's just, I feel like we're the only ones outside of just kind of just kicking our doors in and rounding us up. I don't think they would, the neighborhoods they would have to come in to pick us up. I think if they really wanted to ramp the shit up to like, we need martial law in the streets, they're going to go in the black community because a lot of these niggas out here are not going to give a fuck. They're just not. No. They got guns, yo, and they might use them. Like, don't pull up on some kids that don't give a fuck about nothing because they will shoot you. And then that will be the catalyst for them to just start wilding out even worse than they already are. And I don't want that. But yeah, they're just lawless. They're masked up. They're cosplaying fucking military. Like, when you're not in Fallujah, nigga. Like, this is, why are you wearing that? Why are you wearing those clothes? It's silly.
To go to the bathroom in a Target.
It's fucking silly. Like, you look like cops don't wear this shit. You're not a cop. It's like, you're not police, no. But apparently you have more fucking power than they do. I saw a video of them talking to a 14-year-old. The guy was talking to him in Spanish. And again, like, it's a Hispanic fucking ICE agent. What the fuck is your problem? I seen a bunch of niggas too. I'm like, yo, y'all are some coons. I don't.
The 14-year-old or the 17-year-old? Because I heard about the 17-year-old.
I don't know how old he was. No, that one, they kidnapped him. They kidnapped him.
And they dropped him off at the Walmart,
he was one of the, they dropped him off at a fucking Walmart like an hour
after
later.
Beating him up.
Yeah, beating him up. I saw that.
After fucking torturing him. He's 17. What did he do? The dude was talking to a kid. He was like, someone was recording. He was talking to this kid. The kid is just sitting there like, what the fuck? And he's talking to him calm. And then he just takes the kid, puts him in the truck, and they drive off. I'm like, what did this kid do? I know you didn't have a warrant for this kid. You don't even know what the fuck his name is, but you just picked him up because he looks Hispanic.
Which the Supreme Court
like,
said.
What kind of shit? What kind of sense does that make?
Which is insane.
Is this the same Supreme Court that? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Terrence.
And sometimes they'll just deport these people, and their fucking families don't know where the fuck they are. Like, I don't know what the fuck happened to that hairdresser that got deported back in March. Did he come home? Did he come home yet?
I'm not
sure. The one that they said he had the. Well, no, the one that got sent to CCOT, the one that had the autism awareness tattoo because his brother's autistic.
Is that Kilmar Garcia?
No, he's home.
He got returned home. He got returned home.
Yeah, they're still fucking with him, but Kilmar. Oh, he did. The guy with the autism awareness. He's home.
The Venezuelan makeup artist. Yeah, he got returned home.
Okay, good, because that was in the beginning. They just picked him up because they said he had a fucking tattoo, and I'm like, what is? I don't know, man.
Okay, let's look at your tattoos. Right?
Like you probably have all kinds of crazy fucking Nazi tattoos and shit on there, but like those are fine, right? According to the fucking Coast Guard until they back that shit off, right? It's disgusting. Like I just truly don't understand how you can even take that job and just take glee in just like harassing women. It's always women and like younger kids, right?
Noticing.
It's always women. Like whenever they go up to like a dude, the guys are like, get the fuck out of my face. and they'll just argue with him. And eventually they just walk off because they're a bunch of fucking pussies. They just like, they're all domestic abusers. They're domestic abusers. I've been saying that shit since it started. They just like beating on women and children.
Yep.
And it's sad. It's just really sad. And again, them shooting a white woman and them just him probably not going to face any charges is wild to me.
Well, she wasn't the perfect white woman.
Yeah, she was a lesbian. You know, that's it. That's all it took.
I mean, the thing is,
her to be the other.
Right. But I do think, I mean, to your point, Tiara, I do think there is that aspect of like, she's not the perfect blonde flowing haired white woman who's like, you know, traditionally beautiful or whatever in the eyes of the right. But the reality is that's coming. That's coming, right? Like at a certain point, it's going to be undeniable. And then people are going to be like, are we okay with this? You shouldn't have been okay with this 9 people ago. You know what I mean? But that is sort of the mentality. Micah, what are your thoughts? Never heard from you.
I mean, I don't have anything, unique to add. I'm just, I'm sad, I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm worried, like I live in an area that is
It's pretty Hispanic.
heavily, heavily,
You're only second to me. That's about it.
yeah, pretty much.
Right.
I probably look,
maybe.
look,
Yeah.
maybe.
He might be fighting for 1 and 2 over there.
Actually, you know what? You're probably second by this much.
But it's a lot, man. It's a lot. Like in one of my son's classes, he's the only black kid. There are 2 white kids. The rest of so
Nigga, that's the same demographics of my daughter's class. Jesus Christ.
Oh man.
So, I was thinking about that this morning while I was walking them to school. Like, you just all it takes is one person, one bigot to be like, hey, maybe you should come over here. Right? The other day they were around the corner from us at a Home Depot, like trying to. And the only reason I knew about it is because the people on the Ring app, right? I got a Ring camera and it comes with an app, right? And when it's not, can you find my dog? Can you find my cat? Right? When it's not that bullshit, people are actually trying to look out for each other. So. I want to see more of that. I'll be very curious what will happen when one of these dudes gets shot in the face. For fucking with the wrong people. Yeah, one of these ICE agents gets shot in the face.
It's inevitable.
Especially if they decide that they want to go door to door. Like you want to go door to door.
Don't do that.
That is the worst fucking move you could possibly make.
Because you might get a conservative who's like, I don't trust that shit. Like, you think that the only people you're dealing with are Democratic voters. Like, no. Like, you're going to knock on somebody's door who don't play that shit.
Did y'all see the video?
Because you're in the middle of America. Like, one, you ain't doing that shit on coastal cities no time soon, right? Me and my wife were talking. They're not going to be as brazen as they are in Minneapolis or Minnesota, whatever. Not yet, anyway. Well, I don't know. Maybe they are. You live in LA,
man.
Maybe they are.
I mean, So I used to live near a Home Depot as well in my last apartment, and it was the Home Depot where they conduct an ICE raid that sparked a lot of the protests here. So, and that's a Home Depot I would go to all the time. I mean, I don't put it past them to go to the areas where they know they can find undocumented people and they won't fight back. Now, I don't think they're going to go to the places where they quote unquote really should be going to.
They ain't
but
going
like
to
you said,
LA. I can say that.
But those people have military weapons too, probably more than likely. So they're not fucking with those people. And these ICE agents are fucking losers. Okay, LEWSER.
The people that they're probably supposed to be going after, right?
And that has always been TR and I. You and I were talking about that offline too. Like, they didn't go into the south side of Chicago. They didn't go into East LA.
They tried to go to Chicago. Remember? No,
I'm saying I guarantee you, if they had done that full blitz into Chicago, they ain't going to the south side of Chicago looking for nobody. Like, come on down there. They got AK-47s. You go over there and see what the fuck happens to you.
But
we think there's some Somalis are there. Well, you're gonna be walking out and looking like fucking Swiss cheese. But they don't ever do that. They go where people, like you said, aren't. These are not violent people, yo.
Law-abiding people.
There's law-abiding people. Even the people who are there, who are immigrants that are there, they're not there like sitting on their ass doing nothing. You rounding them up at a place they trying to get work. Like, that's the irony of it. These are people you want in the country that are willing to work. And I mean, they're getting paid a pittance, but they're willing to work and do a hard day's job to, contribute to their household or whatever. And, they're not selling drugs. They're just there to work. Yeah. But those are the people you pick up. I guarantee you there's plenty of unsavory motherfuckers in East LA. I'm not telling them to go there, but you're not going to go there because you're going to get real pushback there. You really will. Because those motherfuckers like, word? You going to deal with the gang members over there? Fuck no, you're not going to deal with them. You going to go over there to the Latin Kings and shit? Hell no, you're not. The fuck out of here.
Where are the MS-13 gang members that
all those guys. They're not hard to find. They got this shit tattooed on their foreheads.
But that's what they want, right? Like, kind of what to Mike's
I got no
point.
issue with MS-13. I'm just pointing that out. I love y'all. Y'all cool.
Mm-hmm.
Them niggas are cool.
But to Micah's point, that's kind of what they want, right? They're waiting, or maybe Terrence said, like, they're waiting for someone to shoot back, so they have a reason to start shooting people indiscriminately. And this is like part where that is really scary because, if this administration or this government may still be run by idiots, but they're cruel, and it's still the federal government. The power of the federal government, I mean, it's some of the strongest in the world. And I just don't think, I don't think the people who talked about anarchy and everything really thought about, well, what if you do have to go out to the streets and fight? Because once you cross that line into shooting back, there's no going back from that. Like, with that could be our lives forever. So
that's a very good point to make, that this is not just a thing that happens for a week and then it ends.
Right.
Once you open up that can of worms, the United States becomes a very different country, potentially permanently.
Yeah, I mean, this is, and I think, like, what I'm seeing online, and even in some of the in real life circles, it's just that it feels like people are still kind of talk about this like this is episodes of TV, and this is not, and then, like, this won't have like a generational impact, a permanent impact. Yeah. When Terrence, you mentioned that, like, some people are so evil, I was thinking about, how did we actually get here? How do people just become accustomed to this cruelty and or get to the point where they're willing to root for it? Like, are there people who are so conservative who maybe 20 years ago, if George Bush had been doing this, would they have been like, yeah, because we like George Bush? This is cult behavior. This is actually what cult behavior is. Because, like, under George Bush, it didn't feel cultish like this. I think people still would have been like, yeah, it's fucked up. But some of these same people who probably would have voted for Bush back then, who voted for Donald Trump now, have changed. They've changed to completely different people. And I think if you were to bring back some of their past selves, they probably would recognize the person who's here today. And I think that's such an issue because it doesn't just touch conservatives. I think it touches all of our humanities. Like, I know it's made me feel like a hardened person, to where I've had to make sure I'm not, or that I remain somewhat empathetic. That I try to be a good neighbor and try to do small acts of service in my daily life. But it's hard to keep that going when you don't know if the person who you're helping is probably on Reddit somewhere being like, yeah, well, that bitch deserved it. So how do you get to know people and be a good community member when there's so many people, enough people who voted for this and are okay with it? They cheer it.
So here's what I would say. It always looks like it's a larger group than it really is. Because you also have to remember, we often talk about, especially in politics, that half the country voted for Donald Trump. No, it didn't.
Half the people that voted for Trump.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
and that's a huge distinction of how many people actually support this shit. Now, that's are even
like 70-something million people.
No. I'm not saying it's not nothing. I'm just saying it's not 170 million people, right? It could be far worse.
Right.
So you have to keep that in mind. You also have to keep in mind that a lot of people, how we really got here isn't so much in support of it. It's apathy. It's the people who didn't
A lot
vote.
of people didn't fucking vote.
They're just apathetic. And you hear people talking now who maybe voted for Trump or, you're watching people start to slide away from him. And it has nothing to do with Renee Good being killed. It has everything to do with money, right? Americans are very focused on their wallets and not focused on the shit that's happening. There is a reason that Donald Trump is doing a full court press on Jerome Powell to get him out as the chief of the Fed,
Yeah.
right? So that he can. I mean, he's kind of stupid. I'll explain that in a second, but he wants that so that he can hopefully lower interest rates so that everyone feels like the money, there's all this, they're saving all this money and the economy starts booming. But that's only in the short term because then recession goes through the fucking roof, right? You can look at Argentina, look at Turkey. Yeah. That's what happens, right? Turkey just had the lowest inflation rate they've had in like the last 15 years. It's at 31%. Because they put cronies in charge of their central bank. It's exactly what he wants to do. So in the short term, people were like, Erdogan's awesome. And then inflation came and he fucked everything. And so their economy is fucked. Same thing happened in Argentina. Why we had to give them $20 billion, right? So money is a thing that is hurting people and it's causing them to go, hey man, this guy's supposed to be like the fucking savior and he ain't doing it, right? It's not the violence, unfortunately. So, I mean, it is the sort of what do they call it? The banality of evil, right? Just like people just it's just people just do these horrific things and people just accept it. And I think a lot of people feel disempowered. They quite literally do. Yeah. Like, they're just like, I feel disempowered. One, I'm not even physically there, but like I watch this shit on TV or on the internet and I'm just like, what the fuck, man? Yeah. Like, this is insane. And I see people commenting, it's like, oh, well, they want to impeach Kristi Noem. And then the immediate response behind that is, well, what if they decide that they don't believe that she's going to be impeached and that she just stays? And I'm like, what answer do you want? What answer do you want? You're asking a question none of us have an answer for. Well, what if they just ignore the law? I don't know, man. Is Superman going to come down? What answer do you want? We all are confused. We do not know. But I do know that I don't want people going out in the streets and just shooting ICE agents and then everybody starts to get murdered. I know I do not want that. But I also don't want fucking Renee Good and people just living their fucking lives to be killed. Stop asking that question. It's fucking stupid. You don't sound smart. You just sound like an asshole. You're not answering or helping anything.
I think it's okay for people to just
say that.
I think it's okay for people to say that they're just scared and they don't know. Yeah, and I think it's okay for people to be like, I knew it would be bad. Like I knew it would be bad, but I didn't imagine this. I didn't I cannot. I mean, I can believe it, but
unless you voted for him, then you don't get to say that.
That's the only argument. You voted,
I don't want to hear from you.
If you voted for him, you can kindly, and I mean this with all due disrespect, find another plane of existence to go be in.
That was lovely.
Yes, to me, it's fuck you forever. Like I will never forgive these people for this shit. Yeah, the people that didn't vote, y'all can suck my dick. But like the motherfuckers that literally voted for this shit, go to hell. Like I hate you niggas. I do.
No, they can.
That was a very eclectic response, Terrence.
They can all go to the same place for me, because maybe in 2016 I could probably make the distinction, but in 2024, no. Absolutely not.
No, you knew better.
I just
with Gaza though.
What's something else is that something else I think of, because I told you all offline, I went to the Kamala Harris thing, and I think like that. I mean, when I went there, I was just kind of like already over it. Like I was like, yeah, I'm happy to see her, but shit's still fucked up outside. But like, what was really sobering to me was hearing her talk about like the good, some of the good stuff that she wanted to do, but also hear her saying like, I can't talk about it too deep because it makes me emotional because I can't think about what would have been. I can only focus on the now. And I just think about like how so close we were to having that could have been our reality, but people were either too apathetic or too self-absorbed to think about
racist.
about this new reality, because guess what? I don't hear some of y'all talking about Gaza.
Yeah,
because we're too busy.
Motherfucking thing. Gaza, what happened? That cat.
Yeah, because we're too busy trying to not get him to buy ICE agents that I have not heard people really talk about Gaza like that.
They don't care
unless they're out there protesting Kamala Harris on a book tour or when they were.
Yeah, like what you protesting her for? What the fuck she supposed to do?
And she and then getting mad when she told y'all to go to the White House because she's not president. But y'all, but the thing is, these same people, these same people, like I feel like
could ever
like go to the White House now. If there's a time for these same people who had all the smoke for Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Hillary Clinton, whatever, and they now have smoke with Hakeem Jeffries or whatever, go to the White House today,
right now.
Where are you? Like, isn't this the time where the people should be out in the streets and being like, yeah, for Renee Good, and for everyone else who's been hindered by ICE, we're gonna fight you in the streets. Go.
I mean, news. In fairness, those people are out there. Like they are. Like Minneapolis is flooded.
Oh yeah, not talking about them. I'm talking about the guys.
Yeah, but no.
Breaking news.
Trump,
a federal officer shot a person in the leg in Minnesota after being attacked with a shovel during an arrest Wednesday, the day we are recording. This is from the AP. And the story is developing. So
they blinded a guy.
Did he get attacked with a shovel? They blinded a guy in his eye, like yesterday or something like that.
Mm-hmm. What?
Yep, permanently blind.
They dragged him. They shot him. I think it was a pepper ball.
What do you do? What are we supposed to realistically do? Because they're not showing IDs, so you don't even know if the person is kidnapping you. You don't like. I don't know you from Adam. Like I don't.
It's going to get to the point where, and I got to tell you, I am shocked that it hasn't already. It is going to get to the point where these guys are going to roll up on somebody and they're going to be like, "I'm an ICE agent," and they're going to be by themselves, and someone's going to be like, "I don't believe you," and they can put bullets in them, and then it's going to be like, "Who could have seen this coming?" Me, right. Everyone here could have seen this coming. Everyone paying attention and understanding could have seen this coming. You do not walk around unmasked, demanding people's papers and grabbing them up. And I know it's tired and boring to say this, but this is exactly what the Nazis did. Okay, like I get it. We shouldn't say that because like everyone says that. No, but you guys are acting like fucking fascists. You are. And for people who say, "Oh, you can't call them fascists because that's mean or whatever," eat a dick, several of them, because that's exactly what you're acting like. And the people who supported this shit, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. You're an evil person, which is definitely possible, or you're an idiot to think, "Oh, this wasn't going to happen." All of these things we talked about this yesterday on TMP. That what's his face? Alex Jones. All the things that Alex Jones for years had said were going to happen, they are happening under the fucking team he's on. Where he always said, the left is going to do, and all this other bullshit. They're exactly doing what you said. The Gestapo shit, door to door, pulling people out of their houses, asking for IDs, where's your papers? All of that shit is exactly what he said. He was right, just on the wrong fucking side. I don't know how he ever thought it was the fucking vegans and people who are like, we all hold hands and fucking sing together. I don't know how you, in your twisted mind, thought that made sense, but not the people who are obsessed with guns and military nonsense and wearing fake tactical bullshit. Those guys couldn't have done it. Yeah, it turns out it's always the people you absolutely expect the most. It's ridiculous.
Y'all, there is a chocolate dispensary in my neighborhood. Do y'all know what a chocolate dispensary is? It's not
like good looking black women hang out? Like what's chocolate dispensary?
Hey. No, but like
what you doing?
It's a place where they just sell chocolate from all over the world and they give you French sipping chocolate. That's it.
What? Most pretentious shit I've ever heard. I would go there 7
It's amazing. But this is where they are.
We all know you've been, of course. What's the link to your Yelp review? You fucking liberal. Get out of here.
But that's the thing. But this is there. People are just trying to just live their lives and they're just harassing people. That's it. And it's just These are bullies, and I fucking hate bullies.
I hate bullies.
Y'all have no fucking idea how much I hate bullies. Like, I just feel like if I can morph into Frank Castle right now, like that's how incensed I get.
You sound more like Steve Rogers. About bullies.
Like, I feel my skin turning green. That's how much I hate bullies, and I wish I could knock every bully out, because that's all they are. And these are people. Look, Jay has said this. Y'all can go listen to other recordings.
Put it on a t-shirt. I already know what you're gonna say. Go ahead.
Punch your friends in the face
when you're young.
Punch your friends in the face when you're young. It would save so much time. And I know that there are some parents who may not want to hear this about your kids, but either your kid is a bully and deserves to get punched in the face, or your kid needs to know how to punch a bully in the face. Because otherwise they grow up to be fucking losers who think that they're in, as Sarah said, Fallujah, walking around a fucking Target just to use the bathroom, and then harassing disabled women who are just trying to get to a doctor's appointment. Punch people in the face when they're young.
I agree.
You know what needs to happen?
My daughter already.
Our officials need to be out there.
Yes.
Like the mayor.
Yeah.
The mayor needs to be out there. The governor needs to be out there.
Right
on the front line. If you shoot a fucking governor, you could literally be a human shield if you're the governor. I mean, what are they going to do? Shoot you?
It's in Minnesota where
I feel like
Tim Walz needs to be out there.
But like, didn't that woman get shot in her home? Wasn't Minnesota this place where those representatives were killed last year?
Yeah, that was Minnesota. Yep.
That was a news cycle for like 2 seconds, and also they shot a dog, a golden retriever dog.
Yeah, and white people don't. They're not cool with shooting animals. They care about dogs more than they care about people.
But you know what? That should have told us everything.
Disgusted by this.
They shot a golden retriever. Well, Chrissy Nome also like campaigned on shooting her own dog, but like a golden retriever. Like, white people love...
That's America's dog, yo.
Yeah.
Air Bud.
Right.
Shooting Air Bud.
That little nigga. Like, what the fuck?
Like, you killing a dog is one thing. But a golden retriever, white people dog? And it was in a news cycle for 2 fucking seconds?
Yeah.
But like, they need to be on the front line. They need, like, whatever state they go to, the governor and the fucking mayor of whatever city they're in, they need to be out there. But like, no, fuck off. Get out of here. They need what? Again, they could be that's Operation Human Shield because they're not going to shoot
Operation Get Behind the Darkies, which is going on right now.
I would like for there to be more attention on the Republican.
It'd be nice.
I mean,
get
out there too.
I'm pretty sure there are Republican people at all levels of government there who need to have a camera in their face. The problem is that, you know, our major news stations are compromised too. Like CBS put out some bullshit ass tweet today saying that the guy what was his name? The shooter? Jonathan.
That's his name. The shooter. That's his name.
Yeah. So
his name is Jonathan Ross. No, fuck that. Dox that nigga.
Like they put out a bullshit ass tweet today saying that he suffered internal bleeding from the car.
I saw that.
He didn't get touched.
Well, you know what internal bleeding is? That's a bruise. How do we know that didn't happen when he tripped and fell 5 minutes after the incident? He didn't get touched at all. That's
They're lying. They're lying. Like, you can't believe a word these motherfuckers type or say because they lie literally every time they get on television. They fucking lie. I don't think I've heard anyone tell the truth in that fucking administration once in the whole year.
Honestly, people don't want to die. I think that's what it is. Like, I think just people are not ready to put their lives on the line for this, and this is goes back to why voting matters, folks. Because that way you're not put in a position where you feel like, you know, the No Kings protests are cool and everything, but depending on what you look like I know my black ass was not going out there, but I know people who were out there and they look like they were having a good old time because it was all fun and whatever. But to me, that doesn't seem fun. It seems like putting your life on the line. And I think if you're an official, are you ready to be out in the forefront, knowing that you could die that day? Are you ready for that? And I don't think a lot of people are.
I mean, do you think black people are doing enough?
Yes.
Yes.
Next question.
Here's the thing.
This ain't our fault. This is literally
I-
our fault.
Yes.
I know what you're saying. I understand where you're going with this, but like, this ain't our fault.
I mean, look,
Yeah.
Here's the thing. And I understand the argument. I truly do, where white people are like, come help us, right? Like, I understand the argument. But like, here's the problem. Here's the problem. One, this isn't our fault. Only like 8% of us are stupid. The rest of us fucking can, count to 10. But you need to understand something. We're the final boss. Okay? And I don't mean that, I'm not saying that like in some arrogant shit. We step onto the field in this shit, it goes nuclear immediately. This is not what you want. You do not want black people there, because if black people go there, it's not that we will increase the tensions. Us being there will increase the tensions coming from the U.S. government. And you can guarantee that. So You do not want us there. You want this to be solved so we don't have to get on the field. Because if we do, that tells you that all hope is fucking lost, and we are your last ditch fucking effort. Because we are always the ones who fucking save this shit in the end. We always do. We always do. And so if you truly think about this, you don't want us there. You want this to be handled and vote the right way. Hopefully, if there's a midterms, you want to vote the right way and get these niggas the fuck out of there and do what you need to do so that we do not have to get on the field. Because once we do, the situation has gone in a direction you do not want. You do not want. The last thing you want is watching the news as ICE decides they're going to go into the south side of Chicago. This is not a situation you want. Because it does not end with like, well, they arrested a couple of Negroes and that was the end of it. No, that is not how it ends. That is people getting shot and killed, young black people getting shot and killed, innocent black people getting shot and killed, ICE agents getting shot and killed, the U.S. government deciding to crack down on every major city all across the United States. They never go into the shitty parts of the Midwest that nobody lives. Ironic. This is not what you want. So I understand the idea of like, please, we need y'all out there. I get it. And I have that feeling to myself of like wanting to be, protesting, because I always protest. I never have a problem doing it. It does not bother me at all. I think it's a part of your civic duty, but if you want it to be. But in this situation, you don't want us there. You don't want us there. Because trust me, if you are standing next to us, they will kill you to get to us. They will, 100%. And look,
we're the ones that they can't deport.
Exactly.
They can't deport us because where are they going to send us? Like we were here before they were. Shit. So.
I think the other thing is that protest without showing up the polls afterwards to make sure that you are voting in the people. To make sure this shit never happens again, is pointless. It renders that protest pointless for me. And I don't know if y'all saw the stuff around Bo and Yang and Matt Rogers and Jasmine Crockett. And if y'all are on like Asian people, if y'all on Asian people TikTok, they are tearing Bo and Yang up.
You're from
did y'all know?
Yeah. From SNL. Yeah, they have the Culturistas, La Culturistas podcast.
Las Culturistas. Yeah. Did y'all know that neither of them are Hispanic? So Jay and Mike, are y'all familiar with what happened with that?
I find that offensive. Why the fuck did they name their podcast that? What the fuck?
Well, so and this is how I'm gonna bring it back to my.
I got a new podcast coming out next week. La Raza. What the fuck is just me?
So they first also Asian people like TikTok, they are calling Bo Wang an Uncle Tongue, which I did not know. I was like,
shout out to
look, that's fucking funny.
Like they are
we got more in common. We got more in common than we have differences.
Again, black people like culture sellers. I love it. But so they went. Mexicans? They have a podcast now. Bo and Yang has left. Bo and Yang has left SNL. Go ahead, Micah.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tiara.
We're being stupid and racist. Sorry. Yes, I am familiar with what's going on, but I am
this
not.
is what they saying on TikTok.
I am not familiar with this. I know he left.
I'm familiar with it. I am not. I think the reaction is. I understand the reaction. I think the reaction is a little bit overblown.
Okay,
Some
I don't know the
are.
context. Can somebody fill me in, please?
So
Yeah,
they were talking about Jasmine Crockett and the Senate race between her and Tallarico.
Yeah.
And Matt Rogers says, you are wasting your time, or you're wasting your money giving it to Jasmine Crockett. And he tells his listeners, do not donate to her. And he says that because she's too defined, and
she's too what?
She's too defined.
Too well defined. It means we know the type of person he is.
Oh, he wants like some generic kind of person you can dump all your.
She's also too fine.
I agree.
And he said he was basically, well, Beto O'Rourke didn't win, and she's too defined. So don't waste your money donating to her. And then he says, I really like this talent. Yeah, trust me, we know. As soon as I heard him say, I was like, okay, I know what this means. But then he was like, I really like this Tallarico guy. Like, I don't know much about him. I don't know anything about him.
Nothing about him.
I don't know anything about him.
Right.
And but he's. I think we need someone who's like new and upcoming, who's not been. Yes, exactly. Yes. So,
and Tallarico's not a bad dude, by the way. Like, just
he's not. No, he's not. I've seen him kind of roast people. I've seen him go in on people, but like, you don't notice. But
Bo Yang co-signed, and what people got upset about was like, one, you are on your podcast. You're very well known iHeartRadio platform podcast, telling your voters not about why they should vote for Tallarico, who you don't know about, but also why they should not be supporting Jasmine Crockett.
How about you shut the fuck up in a primary? Let people vote.
Was silence not an option?
Exactly.
Like, so
and y'all niggas are gay. So y'all are already others.
And so
right.
my point,
one of them a double minority.
Right, a gay Asian dude. Like, come on, man, what's up with you?
But he wants to be close to this. He wants to be close to this. That's so. But my point is that, like, a lot of the reaction to that from Black women was, y'all are so okay with Jasmine Crockett standing up on the floor, being herself. She's highly intelligent, and talking back to the administration, but you don't want her as a leader. And y'all will. It was the same thing with Kamala Harris doing the who was the Supreme Court guy? The
Kavanaugh.
She made him cry doing the hearing. I forgot his name. Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh. Yeah. Like, people love Kamala Harris then, but you would not vote for her for president. People love Jasmine Crockett in those clips of her talking about the Trump administration, Marjorie Taylor Greene. But you're telling people to not vote for her. And the way I'm bringing this back to Black people in protesting and us doing enough is that they will love for us to be on the front lines, but they do not want us to be in positions of power. Mm-hmm. And I need white people to get it together, and also people of color who want to be close to whiteness to get it together. And y'all need to figure out what the fuck y'all going to do to solve this problem. Because as Jay said, like, we don't need to be out there. We've been doing enough. We've been doing enough as a collective for far too long. Figure it out. Y'all wanted this.
It goes deeper. I actually think it's easy to say that there is the most obvious, similarities between Kamala Harris and Jasmine Crockett, right? Like this idea, like, hey, you like these people, but these Black women, once they are trying to get these positions of power, you're like, relax, right? And they don't vote for them. I think it's deeper than that. I think it has much more to do with two things. One, I think they are scared that because Kamala Harris lost, that they think that Jasmine Crockett will lose.
A lot of that, yeah.
Of course.
I think that's a lot of it, if we're being honest. So they're like, pick a white guy, pick a white guy, pick a white guy. But also, I think it's because they're women. The same thing has happened when Hillary Clinton ran. The same thing happened when Kamala Harris ran. And now that Jasmine Crockett won. The idea that a Black person couldn't win in Texas, it's like, bitch, Beto O'Rourke was white as fuck What are you? He's a white man, and he lost
like
by
Tony
2%.
Hawk white.
Right? What the? Right? Exactly.
Yep.
Right. So he, like, he was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. Right? Like, he lost by 2 percentage points. The reason people lose in Texas, like, he didn't lose for any other reason than it's the state is desperately trying to suppress votes. They're desperately trying to suppress votes in like that whatever county Houston's in. I can't remember the name of it. That's why the idea that Jasmine Crockett can't win pushes against something that is so obviously logical that I don't understand how people don't get it, which is Jasmine Crockett wins in Texas by igniting people who don't normally fucking vote. Tellerico doesn't do that. Tellerico is a lovely guy. Look, if he won the primary, I'd happily be like, put your vote on him. I think he's a good dude, right? But he's not going to bring out those black people and people of color in Texas who normally don't vote, who feel generally disenfranchised. She does. So this idea like she can't win because she's a black woman, that might actually be her fucking superpower. Kamala Harris losing, by the way, yeah, it's unfortunate. And I also think it's like a little shady, but she also had 100 days to run a campaign. That is very different.
Yeah.
Right? That's a very big difference from like Barack Obama having a year to run a campaign, Donald Trump having a year, Joe Biden having a year. Like, she had 100 days. And she didn't lose by 15 points. She lost by 2 percentage points. That's about as razor thin as it gets in a presidential race. So this idea that these women can't win, that's not fucking true. It's not true. And it's definitely not true if you come out and vote. If 6%, what is it? If 6% of Democrats who did not vote, that had voted in previous elections, if 6% of them had come out, she would have won. 6%. But you looked at the option, you were like, it'll probably be the same. And they didn't vote. So to your point,
that shit's fucking infuriating. Right?
Infuriating, yes. That's our loss, and that's at our hand because our side gets apathetic because you are looking for perfection. If you don't get perfection, you act like a bunch of goddamn piss babies after the primary, and then you don't vote.
And these are life and death decisions,
right? I don't give a fuck if it's Jasmine Crockett, if it's Tellerico, or a burrito wearing a blue Democrat hat. If that wins the fucking primary, vote for it. Right. Vote for it. It's definitely better than John Cornyn or Ken Paxton, who's maybe one of the most corrupt fucking people in Texas history, if not in the country, who's the current AG. He's super fucking corrupt. And there's talk that he may run. So, hey, get off your ass. To me, I don't understand the fighting for division in the primary. There's no point to it. Hey, here's Tellerico's point. Here's Jasmine Crockett's points. All right.
But if
one of them like legitimately like that Plattner guy who's got like the Nazi tattoos, like I didn't know it was a Nazi tattoo. All right, if you don't want to support that guy, it's cool. It's cool to totally say I don't want to support that guy. But don't tell your supporters to be like, fuck this one person. This is the person in the primary. What is the purpose? Just be like, hey, here are the two candidates. I think they're both good because they.
Well, the insidious part about it is that they say they don't know anything about the white guy, but that's the guy that you should probably be looking into.
But that's enough. He's white. That's fucking insane.
Right. That's the like people are calling, them racist and shit. I don't think they're racist. Maybe a little misogynist, like most men have a little bit of misogyny in them. But I wouldn't necessarily call them racist. I would call them ignorant. And in this climate that we're in right now, being ignorant is super fucking dangerous.
Right.
I don't know if anyone is going to,
I feel like it's at an all-time high.
Costa Rica for whatever the fuck their podcast is for political advice. I would advise you to not do that if you do that.
In this day and age, though, honestly, but in this day, like you just have to be popular and people will listen to you, though. And that's the dangerous part about being ignorant, right? Is that they they have a platform, and as soon as if you're going to talk about politics, you have a responsibility to look it up, but they just didn't feel that responsibility, and their apology was so just it was weak sauce. Like it wasn't a real apology.
Maybe they just don't like Jasmine Crockett. I get it. You can well, I don't get it, but I get the idea of not liking somebody. I get the idea of not liking somebody.
Wait, whoa. They're both gay? Is that correct?
Yeah, they're both gay.
Yeah.
You got your whole fucking style from black women, just from like
black women, right?
Come on now.
Right.
His Matt Rogers, his tagline is, "I don't think so, honey." That's
you know what? That's offensive. I'm offended.
All right, you know what?
For black women.
I agree, Micah, that I wouldn't say that they're racist, but I would say that there is a level of anti-blackness that people of color like Bo and Yang, or even gay men like Matt Rogers, still harbor, and they don't even realize when it comes out because anti-black is so ingrained in even if their whole I don't say their identity, but some of their identity emulates black women aesthetics. But I think we need
to invent a new term, like to separate when I think anti-blackness, I think people who actively are going out to actively anti-blackness to me is just another form of racism. I think those people don't think about black people. They're ignorant to anything black, which is why they co-opt it without even realizing it. And I think that's what they are. Because they said the same thing about Gavin Newsom, right? Gavin Newsom is super well defined. He's brash and he's this and he's that. They said the same thing about Gavin Newsom. So I don't necessarily think that they are being actively anti-black, but I do think that there's misogyny in there. I do think there's a lot of fear in there, because they also said, I regretted my vote for Hillary. Oh, I regretted, supporting Hillary and shit like that. Like, I heard the whole thing. I listened to a podcast. They went through the whole thing, right? And
regretted your vote for Hillary.
Regretted your vote for Hillary. Who the fuck were you going to vote for? Bernie?
They regretted supporting her and shit like that. And it's like,
I don't at all.
Why?
There's that misogyny that comes up.
We were right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it is deeper than anytime a woman is running. There's all these like bullshit excuses. Like, there's all these bullshit excuses that you would never hold for men. You would never hold these same things for men. Oh, they're laughing. I'm like,
yeah. I mean, I can't remove the blackness element from that.
I'm not removing it. I'm not telling you. I'm not removing it, and I'm not telling you to remove it. I'm saying I'm trying to give ignorant people the benefit of the doubt.
I'm not giving nobody the benefit of the doubt. You're nice to me.
Well, and this is why it's so important. And the reason why I say anti-blackness, because it is something that's so pervasive that it's implicit. And that's what I'm saying. Like, even in for everybody, right? Like, we may
black folks.
Yeah, they may not. They might not understand how it's coming out. Which is why they could be considered ignorant. And I think it's 100%. Important when, and this is why I think before people hop on a podcast, might also irony, right? Because we're on a podcast, but to really take a beat and think about what you're going to say, the potential impact of what you're going to say. You can't control everyone's reaction to that. But the weight of your words, especially for a platform like that, matters so much. And you have to ask yourself, where are my feelings on this issue coming from? Is there a blind spot or an implicit bias that I need to find, that I need to explore before I tell people, don't go support Jasmine Crockett?
Look, a lot of people are not self-effacing. They're not. They just do not look at themselves from any perspective except for, I'm awesome, right? Like they just don't. And like I try to think about all of the things, like those kind of implicit thoughts I have about certain views and stuff like that. You have to be able to call yourself out and be like, you might be being an asshole. And look, that's not an easy thing for anybody.
Right.
And look, trust me, I fail on that all the time. I mean, I've probably been wrong maybe 3 times in my life. So it's these things are very serious. Shut up, Micah. So what I'm saying is, in all seriousness, I just don't think people really turn the mirror to themselves and go, yeah, like, why do I think this? I think they just go, I think this because I know what I'm talking about. And look, I'm popular. I'm famous. I'm popular. I'm on TV. Clearly the things I'm saying matter, and I must be right about at least the majority of those things. Which is why you get people who you're like, why do all these celebrities keep having this fucking Icarus moment where you just see their meteoric rise and then they fly way too close to the sun and then they just blow their whole career up? It's for that reason.
Boom,
Yeah, you don't know how to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, I know they have like the big tariffs are everywhere. How about you put tariffs on microphones? Because they're way too inexpensive. They're way it's too late for us. But they're way too expensive. They're way too cheap. They're way too cheap. And not every celebrity needs to have a platform. Not everybody needs to have a fucking platform. But it is telling. So Matt Rogers and Bowen Yang, like the fact
and you also have to understand the moment you're in. Like you can't, if you say some shit like that, like either stand by it, don't fucking apologize. You said that shit, and like we're in a powder keg.
Right, and don't even apologize because like every apology is fucking half-assed, man.
Like, like you don't apologize. You don't care. You don't actually.
Right, you don't care. You don't care, man. Like I saw the apology too, and the apology was the bog standard blink twice bullshit, right? Like. Like, oh, and it's like, all right, but like you still don't think people should support this candidate. Like it's okay to not like the candidate, but and the big thing for me is they didn't say why they don't like her.
Right.
They never did.
They didn't talk about no policy. They ain't talking about nothing. And look, I'm not as into politics as the three of you all are, but I know enough to pay attention, and I know enough when to shut the fuck up. And if you're gonna wade in these waters, like those dudes wouldn't be talking about sports. You know why? Because they don't know shit about sports, right? So it's the same thing with politics, man. Like you can have an opinion on it, but like it's just weird to just, and it's one of those conversations that I think people have when they don't realize they're talking on a podcast, right? Like we have conversations when the microphones are off that will not air.
Never, nigga.
Right? Right. One of us maybe wished something ill on a bunch of people earlier. I don't know, but
like I'll do that.
You'll
shit
never
on
know.
So it wasn't me.
Look, I know one of us had a lot of strong feelings about how things should be handled.
Everybody's just like,
we should. Like,
all I gotta
arrested for the evil deeds that they've been doing. That's all. That's what I think.
I think
honestly, I wish there was like a Doom-like figure that could, get us out of this situation.
That's correct.
And save the planet. I mean, I know that Doom-like figure will probably be like an anti-hero to me, but
whatever you got to do. Whatever you got to do.
Right? I don't know if I can wait 2 to 4 months, like that one guy keeps saying. Like,
where you at, bro? Like,
you speed up your timeline. And now he adding all these qualifiers, like,
I don't want to hear this.
Or he gets in this, or there's that. Like, I like your content, bro, but like,
I think we're getting there. I think we're like he's now having problems like with the swallowing thing. I'm like, make America great again. I'm like, come on, dog. You're one hamburger away, buddy. Just fucking take that Big Mac to the dome. Take that.
Apparently,
what is it? Psychologically, it's like, well, I'm like, psychologically, I need it.
That's not what the word.
Psychologically, what the fuck?
Someone said that he smells like rotten roast beef, and I was like, I'm stealing that.
Ew.
Ugh.
I mean, somewhere between a wet dog and rotten roast beef. That feels about right. I never want to be downwind.
Ew.
Look, here's my thing, just ultimately, and then we're gonna get out of here. Everybody can get the last word. Look, I'm not a fan of obviously what happened to Renee Good. I think it's really awful. I don't think any of us are cool with it. I do think that people who are not us really need to realize you are not safe. Your skin color and your identity is not enough to keep you safe anymore. I mean, they're literally asking on the FAFSA thing, right? Like, which kind of white are you
What
now?
kind of white are you? They go, what?
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, ooh, and because I saw they had Polish as a separate category. I was like, oh, and Italian. I was like, oh,
yeah, they're like Italian. Y'all just became white a couple years ago. Like, knock it off. You are the spiciest of the whites. Like, we'll get you the fuck out of here too. So
go read a book. Also, go read a history book or watch some documentaries on PBS because there are a lot of people. I'm actually surprised about how, unfortunately, illiterate like some of these newer adults are. Even like people my age are, and
right.
Like, well, look, and it's just
50% of the country is fucking illiterate, like functionally illiterate or something like that. Illiterate. It's a very large percentage of people that are like legitimately illiterate in this country.
It's
like
scary.
Damn near half. Like, it's pretty bad.
Because all these people have opinions and they can vote.
Yeah, that's the sad part. All you smart motherfuckers that decided to sit the fuck out this one.
I hate you.
Y'all fucked us, man. Y'all really fucked us over. Because this ain't gonna get any better.
Not for
long. I feel so. I mean, and I watching her last words saying like, "That's cool. I'm not mad at you." Yep. And her dog was in the back seat.
Yep.
Oh, I think about that all the time. Oh my god, I can't.
For people,
I can't imagine. I ain't gonna lie. That's like one of my worst fears of like being in the car and like Daisy's just in the back seat and then just someone just goes and then someone hurts her. I just can't think. The thought of it.
Like, I don't see how you as a person, as a human being, could sit there and watch that footage and be like, yeah, she deserved it. Okay, she was a paid actor being paid by Soros. Okay, so what? Even let's say everything you said about that woman would
die.
Right. He deserved to get shot in the fucking head.
That's not how the law works.
What did Stephen Colbert say? Stephen Colbert said like they're trying to teach everyone a lesson that you obey or die. And if you died, it's because you didn't obey. And that should terrify everybody. That really should terrify everyone. And I'm so sorry to her family, and her partner, and her child, like that, you know. And I read that she had just moved to Minnesota like less than a year ago.
Yep. Because
she wanted to be in a safer area, and I can't, man. I don't know how people just aren't honestly scared on a daily basis. But I think the scary thing about this period of time is that life just goes on. Like, people are still living their lives, going to the movies, going to school, going to work. Bills don't stop. And we still have this other part of our society that we have to deal with. It's too much.
And you know what the most part about this? When's the last time you heard anybody talk about the Epstein files?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the whole point.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The whole point. Or weren't they supposed to release the rest of them?
There's 2 million documents
about that. Because they're out here shooting.
Right, because if you support it, just understand that this guy is willing to murder American citizens. That's how bad the shit in those documents are. That's how bad it is.
Did you know that there's a fucking deposition by some woman from like 2015 that literally was like, I got raped by fucking Donald Trump when I was like 14 years old.
Yeah. I
didn't know that until like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, she's dead.
It's on the internet.
Yeah, Virginia Guffrey, I believe. Yeah.
I don't know what her name is. I think I don't remember what her name is, but like, she had an entire deposition where she told her story. This was from 2015. Before he became president, she was like, this man cannot become president because the country's going to go to shit if he does. This was 2015. It's there. You can listen to it. I don't believe that woman is lying.
Nope. Yeah, I believe.
I can't believe. Honestly, I can't believe it's been almost 10 years since he's become president. I can't believe it's been a decade already, and a decade, and then a lifetime of changes in the loss of rights for everybody. Yep.
Yeah. This is generational. This is a generation worth of fuck ups that whoever comes in, it's gonna have to be fixed slowly with the fucking Supreme Court we have now.
Yeah. Again,
I feel bad for Ketanji Brown Jackson, because she's the first black woman on the Supreme Court, but what the fuck does it matter?
Was she Joe Biden's only appointee?
Yes.
Yes. Yep. That nigga got 3 or some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
2 or 3.
He got 3.
Her being on the Supreme Court don't matter.
Doesn't matter, right? That's what Breonna Greyjoy told you.
Mm-hmm. And what did Hillary Clinton say? That man could elect up to 3 Supreme Court justices.
That's what she literally responded to. She was saying that Hillary Clinton was fear-mongering. Fear-mongering, a thing that's a literal fact.
And a year ago,
people listen to that Breonna chick still to this day. She's all fact-based or whatever. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot if you listen to her shit. You're an idiot. She literally is a person who helped put the shit in place that is going on right now. You listen to Nina Turner, you're a fucking idiot. These are people who literally sit there, come game time, we're like, vote for Jill Stein.
Yeah.
Knowing
Where's Jill Stein, by the way? Where's Cornel West? Why is the Cornel West not out in the street? Like, I mean, where are they? And, and also a year ago or a little over a year ago, Kamala Harris said he's going to send the military against the American citizens. She said that multiple times. And
she really did. She said that. She said that shit. Didn't she say that during
probably during a debate?
During a debate in her CNN interview. Yep.
Yeah, The Hill ran a whole story. I've seen it a bunch of times. The Hill ran a whole story of like another lie by Kamala Harris. And it always shows up in the aged like milk subreddit. Like, you're going to apologize about that?
No, they won't apologize. You know what? And they won't apologize because if they apologize, because I still see people saying this will be the same thing on the Kamala Harris.
Who believes?
I think
there's a special word for you if you believe that, and I'm not going to repeat it.
I think that.
That's what I'm allowed to say.
No, you're not.
Regressive.
I think it's a shame component because I think if you have to admit that if you apologize, it means that you have to admit that you're wrong. You have to admit that you have blood on your hands because of this administration, because of your vote. Your vote helped cause this, and I think people would rather just double down or triple down rather than be like, holy fuck, what did I do? That shame is probably running deep in a lot of people, and they will never admit it. Not me though. Fuck y'all. We were right.
I did what I did. We did what we supposed to do.
I don't even live there, and I got my vote all the way to the United States, or across a couple of coyotes and a donkey or whatever. Got it there, and I still voted the right way. You don't have an excuse.
And if you vote for Kamala Harris and Hillary Clinton, you were right, and you should be able to tell people I was right. And if people have an issue with it, it can't feel worse than being kidnapped by ICE and being sent to a country that you've never been to.
Yeah, like if you're gonna grab up some like Venezuelan dude, just send him to Venezuela. Why are you sending this nigga to Liberia? Like what the fuck? Why? Like you're just being a dick. Hey, you go into Mongolia. Nigga, I don't even speak the language. What is the language? I don't even know. So yeah, it's ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But look, it's the worst case of dude we told you of all time. But we did.
This is a we told you that we don't want. I want to give this one back. Yeah, I don't want it, Joe.
Be correct. Absolutely not. But
we live in a third
dude,
world
I told
country.
you. I guess.
We damn near live in a third world country at this point. Our healthcare system has been a third world country healthcare system for the last fucking 100 years. Jesse Ventura was like, y'all need to read a book. Because this is what happened in the 1930s.
He's 100.
If you're someone that was nervous about the ACA subsidies and you saw how that shit got passed, thank Lauren Underwood, who is probably one of the most underrated Congress people and has done so much work since she got into office. Thank her.
Yep.
A black woman, by the way, and a Democrat.
Yep.
It's just Democrats don't do anything. Fuck off.
Yeah, they don't do anything because you're not paying attention to what's happening. That's why.
And they don't brag. Democrats need to brag.
They need to.
At this point, like, play the fucking game. Brag. They need, like, the Republicans just fucking lie. At least you can tell the truth about the shit you've done. Be like,
brag on that shit.
That was us, my nigga.
It would be a dream of mine to hear just one Democrat just tell voters, you fucked up. It's you. You
gotta be on your way out for that.
It's your fault.
Gotta be on your way out for that.
I need yes. Hard. Like, hey man, y'all keep complaining, but y'all keep giving us 50-50 majorities or 50-50 splits or putting us in the minority. It's your fault.
It is. I like all that. Like, they didn't earn my vote. This
ain't scandal, nigga. Get the fuck out of here. Like, we don't time for shit.
Right. You either agree with the policy or you don't. Like that. Like, you can hate that person. You may be like, all right, I don't like that person, so I'm not going to vote for them. That's a different conversation. But if the person is like, oh yeah, they're a fine human being, you either agree with the policies or you don't. I don't care about their personality. Oh, are they interesting? Do they entertain me? I'm not looking for a clown. I'm looking for a fucking politician to go in and do the job. If I hire you to make a widget, can you make a widget? Yeah, I can make a widget. Are you funny? I don't care. Make the widgets. That's it. So I either agree with your policies or I simply do not. That's it.
But you know, people didn't need that for anyone literally against Donald Trump. It's either dictator ordained one, or do you want $25,000 towards your first house? Do you want health care? Or do you want, concepts of a plan
By the way, they still don't. They still don't. In 2 weeks.
Have nothing.
They're just like the woman from Total Recall. They just say 2 weeks over and over again until their heads explode.
Or how about this? A decent human being who is imperfect, or someone who was, who loves being cruel and is a bully.
And has never admitted he's wrong about anything ever in his life.
Yeah, guys, if we voted for Kamala Harris,
sociopath.
Not even
if we voted for Kamala Harris, we wouldn't get all that ice front property that is Greenland. Come on now.
I mean, think about
it. Yo, what are we doing? What are we fucking doing in this world?
If there's anyone listening to this podcast,
we're fine down here. Can y'all leave us alone? Can y'all just leave us the fuck alone? Please.
I just want to let people know I am available to be whisked away into out of this country legally.
You better couch that. I'm available to be whisked away out of the country
through marriage. If you have a villa that me and my dog child can crash in, and just I'll pay for the fees, for the pet transportation fees. But someone come get me,
they gonna come get you.
I won't be here no more.
You gonna be right in Liberia. You and Dave.
No.
Very specific with who you want to come.
I need to be taken to like Barcelona, or like Paris, somewhere, or maybe the coast of people.
We've decided to deport you to Paris. Oh no! Oh my God! Please don't!
Oh my God! That's why I said anyone who's listening to this podcast who is not an ICE agent. So that's a disqualifier. Can't be an ICE agent. So, and can't have voted for. You have had to vote for Kamala Harris. You need to show me your ballot. Show me where the state accepted your ballot. Yeah, exactly.
You know what? I need the papers. I need receipts from the last 3 or 4 elections. Frankly, like, I don't trust it. Like, you might have tried to change your mind. Nah, I need to know if you were always on the right side of logic. Since 2008. How about that?
I told you about the Kamala Harris dating thread thing in Threads, and there was someone in there who was like, "Hey guys, I voted for Kamala Harris. My journey from conservatism started in 2020." I was like, "Fuck that!"
Get the fuck out.
It's too late.
Sir, what are you doing here?
It's too late in the fucking game. Get the fuck out of here.
You should have.
My go-to at this point. I don't know any new people, but like, if you're new and I don't know who the fuck you are, my first question is who you voted. Who'd you vote for? If you don't tell me who you voted for, I know who you voted for, and you can suck my dick. Get out of my face.
If
you're like, why is it important that I talk about it? Exactly.
It's very important. It's incredibly important because I know what type of person you are.
Why is that a loaded question?
What's a loaded question?
Who'd you vote for?
Who did you
That's
vote
what
for?
someone
No,
would
the fuck it ain't. that's a question for my safety.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
And the
I don't
sad thing
trust
is, you got to ask everybody. You got to ask
Yeah.
everybody.
right.
That and if they're vaccinated, like, cause some
Ew.
people will
What?
so they have
Like,
where you can put your vaccination status, and some people will say prefer not to say if I'm vaccinated or not. I'm like, why?
Then that means you didn't get vaccinated. Nigga, like,
You didn't
that's
take
so
it. Right. I mean,
stupid.
it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple.
Prefer
guys.
not to say.
That's-
Just say no.
Get out of here. Take your
Like, what are
tetanus
we
shot,
doing?
you fucking monster. Hell, yo, get out of here. I'm not vaccinated. You're 45 years old. Was it even legal not to be when we were children? No. Just line your ass up. Get out of here. All right, that's it for us. Be safe, people, please, for the love of God. I hope they don't start. Apparently, people in my neighborhood are saying that they've seen drones over our state. There have been reports of U.S. drones over our state. If you could not, I'd appreciate if you could keep your American
just wait.
imperialism.
If you could just wait until like after April, that would really help me out.
Man, you fucking. I just bomb them, June 1st. That's totally fine. It's totally fine.
Whatever, fine. But like, just wait till after April.
Yeah, we don't need that shit. Just stay up there and don't go any further north. You leave Canada alone, leave Greenland alone. It's 9 people and a penguin up there. Just leave them people alone. They don't want
How
to
about
Greenland?
Yeah. How about leave everybody alone?
yeah. What
I'm
a
at that
Stop
point.
fucking with people. God
I'm
damn.
at that point in my life where I just leave everybody alone, man.
Yeah.
Leave everybody alone.
And
I ain't even trying to. I'm not even trying to police your thought at this point. Just don't say it out loud.
agreed.
Yeah. Facts.
Also, Uncle Tong is fucking hilarious. Yo. I'm sorry.
Good. That's good.
I'll send y'all the video.
It's very funny, bro.
That's a solid bird. That's not bad. That's not bad. Look, man, people of color, we're crafty, we're smart.
Something else you got from us? All right.
I need
Yeah,
to
you
know
did.
all the versions of Uncle Tom in different cultures. Like, I know Uncle Theo, or no, what is it? Theo Tomas, right?
Theo Tomas.
And I need
like
to know, like, what is it
Mexicoon
for Southeast Asian
Mexicoon is
people?
funny. That's just good.
Mexicoon?
That's pretty good. That's
Funny.
good.
That's funny.
You're like, look, that's those motherfuckers, those ICE agents. I can't believe there are fucking Hispanic ICE agents and black ICE agents out there.
There's
Like,
Asian
And black people.
I've seen
because
Asian-
again, like you said, if they're not in their uniform one day, where's your papers, nigga?
Yeah.
What? I'm
By
an
the
ICE
way,
agent.
that is definitely going to happen at some point.
Look,
too.
did y'all hear about that story about an off-duty Latino ICE agent got arrested by another ICE agent?
Good.
Good.
Did he quit?
Good night, everybody. Like, I don't know what to tell you, yo. I don't give a fuck. Get
By-
deported to
by the
Venezuela,
way,
to
by the-
fucking Namibia or whatever the fuck they want to
Yeah,
send you.
send his ass. See you
Who
later.
cares?
Just one last thing. They had that $50,000 bonus for people signing up to be ICE agents.
They never got it, did they?
No. Here's the thing. They put a little stipulation on it. They don't get the $50,000 bonus until they work for ICE for 5 years. Them niggas ain't never get it. They never get it.
5 years.
They never
You
get it.
get you, dickheads.
Yo,
They're not going to
never
work there for
gonna
5
Wait,
years.
didn't they also have student loan? Didn't they also have student
Hold
loan
on.
forgiveness?
Is it like 10,000 per year, or you have to do the whole 5
No,
years?
you have to do the whole 5 years, I think.
Yo, what the you fucking
Wow.
idiot. All right,
Them niggas
yeah.
can't
Keep
read.
trusting the con man, guys.
That's what
Keep
happens.
trusting the fucking con man.
If they could
Jesus
read, they'd be
Christ.
really upset.
Yo. That's I'm saying they can't read. You know, and that's how you know, Micah, that this is all about being cruel bullies, because they didn't even read the fine print. They're just like,
Yeah,
I
they
get
was just
beat
like,
up
let's
for
go,
women and
let's go.
children,
Like 50 grand, let's go. All right, well.
and I get 50 grand. No, you get, and you already know that's 50 grand before taxes, right?
Oh, I'm sure.
Oh, so that
they gonna hit them. Or no, I'm sure they get hit with taxes after. Yes, Like, I'm sure they're not getting 50 grand clean. Hell no.
Man, depending on where you live, them taxes, 10 grand a year, you're gonna get what maybe 4 or 5 of that.
Good.
And with everything going up too.
Look, I'm gonna tell you right now.
Ain't gonna last long enough.
Look, I'm gonna tell you something right now. If I was in Congress when the Democrats took over, here would be my first day opportunity to fuck them over. I'd be like, oh, let's talk budget. We're going to zero this shit out just like you did the Department of Education. Ain't nobody getting paid. See how long them fucking technical assholes want to work with people screaming at them when they got a nickel in their pocket. Nah, fuck that. Nobody gets paid. You're done. Nah, zero out their entire budget. You're all fired and prosecuted. Get the fuck out of here.
People need to go to jail.
100%.
Whenever.
100%.
Well, like, I mean, for if that's one thing I wish the Biden administration had done was go after all these fucking traitors as hard as he could have. I know he wanted to do the whole, we're gonna turn the page or whatever. Fuck all that.
Oh no. We ain't turning no pages.
No.
Next time. I want a Democratic candidate who is brutal. Like,
in fact,
you need to
run on that.
Yep. I'm gonna get him. They're like, what's your platform? Get him. Like, that's my whole platform. Fuck all that. Like, because all that, like, oh, it's separate Department of Justice. Yeah, we'll get back to that. Not this time. Give me a good 8, and I'm gonna make some shit happen. Nah, niggas going to jail. Like, get the fuck out of here. But like, everybody, give me your IDs. All you ICE agents, give me your IDs, and we're gonna match all that shit up to all these videos of y'all doing dirty shit. You going to jail. You going to jail. Like Tio Tomas, your ass is going to jail too. Everybody going. Get the fuck out of here. No.
This is a
What are
great
these
way.
people in his cabinet going to do when they're all out of there? They're all a bunch of fucking criminals.
They're going to probably leave. They're probably going to try to leave, or they'll probably stay and hope
The country?
They better
not be indicted.
Well, here's
he better be throwing out blanket pardons to everybody in his cabinet because niggas are going to prison. You better hope he doesn't die. You better hope he doesn't die. I hope the opposite.
If there's a Democrat out there who wants to run on Get 'em, this is a great time to take back the Punisher shield.
That's a wild logo for your 2028.
I mean, like,
Jasmine Crockett, get him. Like, God damn.
Get them, punish them. Maybe not in the same fashion as Frank, but to make sure that they understand that people should.
Maybe not. Just maybe.
Maybe.
Wink.
Like, who's your running mate? A gun. Like, okay. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, no, I want someone. I'm not interested in a nice person. I want somebody who is going to be brutal. I do, and I think that's what people want. So, like, as much as Gavin Newsom's getting on my goddamn nerves, and I don't trust him to be brutal enough, I need somebody. I need somebody who like Van Lathan was like, I don't need a fighter. I need a killer, and that's what you need. You need somebody to go in there and be like, I am weaponizing the Justice Department against all you criminals. Get the fuck out of here. Absolutely.
Yes.
And then when you're done, tie that shit up with a little bow and be like, and now the Justice Department is independent and they can go back to doing their job. Prosecute those people to the fucking full extent of the law. And guess what? The Supreme Court said whatever you do is legal. Take the fucking gloves off. Take the gloves off.
And it feels like there are a couple of Supreme Court justices too who sided with the traitors.
Look,
they got to be investigated too.
I'd be like, first, besides zeroing out ICE, expand the court. We got 13. Yep. We got 13 appellate courts, 13 judicial districts, 13 Supreme Court justices. Boom, there you go. Now we have control of the court. Let's clear house. That's it.
They need to feel the same.
You and your cult ass wife. You're going to.
They need to feel the same fear that we're feeling.
Yes.
They're doing all of this because they think they can't lose. They think that they're going to be in power forever and they're acting like it.
They don't think they can.
I think I will say I am less doomsday about the elections because I just think these people are not very competent. I do think there'll be a Democratic president again. I think there'll be hell of a mess to clean up. And like you said, I hope that person is just like, no, I need to treat this like Nuremberg. No matter, I don't care how long it takes. I don't care if you're 98 years old.
And I don't
Caroline
care how much
Levitt.
money it takes either.
And yep,
Oh, they're wasting
you are
money.
going to
Waste that shit.
yep.
Good.
You will answer for everything that you've done and all the lives that you've changed. The fact that they blinded a man, I can't. If that was
he
my
was just a
loved one,
protester.
Yep. Christy Nome. I mean, if I could put Caroline Levitt in prison, I would. I mean, she hasn't done anything illegal.
yeah, she doesn't do anything.
No, like you should just crimes against makeup. Maybe is one. I don't know. But Christy Nome, Stephen Miller,
Tom
Homan. Yep. Pete Hegseth. Come on down. You the first one, motherfucker. Those are military crimes. Like you're going to the fucking brig. Get out of here. So no, those people should be prosecuted 100% to the full extent of the law. Oh, it's not fair. You're playing politics. No, we're playing what the law says, right? Like, no, there is none of this bullshit. And by the way, if I had my druthers, once you do all of that, I would also be like, listen, we need to pass an amendment. Pardon powers are changed forever. You pass something that there is a pardon board. The president doesn't just get to declare like a king that all of these people get out and do all these illegal things. Absolutely. That is done. You need to have somebody who is smart enough to be brutal enough to fix the system, but they also have to lock it away so that no one else can try to break it again, which means taking away their own power once they're done, right? That's the idea of like, like Caesar coming into Rome and then giving up power. Like you have to do that. You have to march on Rome and then you have to fix it and then you have to be willing to give up that power. But you need a very special person to do that. And that is not everyone. But you need someone who is brutal enough and understands that it needs to be hard and in the moment it needs to be far reaching, but it also needs to be finite at the end. Like it can't just be like, and then I just leave the door open for the next fucking person to abuse all of these powers. It can't.
No more handshake agreements. None of this handshake between white men and white decency or whatever. None of that.
None of that. No, you do this, you go to prison. You need to build out a law enforcement aspect that is just powered by the judicial branch, so that when people break fucking laws, that is not controlled by the DOJ. So if the DOJ is corrupt, you need to have something else to go. If you don't show up to fucking Congress, they can hold you in contempt, and these people can come and get your ass, because right now you don't have that. These are things that need to change. We need to look and not do the stupid American thing of like, we got it all right. No one else has ever done it better. We need to look at other countries and how they handle this shit. And we need to put shit on paper and on law books and do it right and fix it for good. And that means people have to go to fucking prison for real. Yep. Not this like, oh, nice fucking Club Med prison. No, federal pound you in the ass prison. That's where those things. That's from happening.
And also, just as a reminder, that man was convicted of felonies and should be in prison today.
Yeah. If you didn't vote for him or just let him go, yeah, he'd have been in prison. God. Whisper of a dream. Whisper of a dream. All right. That is it for us. This is a very long preview episode, longer than our last full episode, I'll point out. But that episode was really sad. Next week is Shadow Force, which will be
really Shadow Force.
If she doesn't say earn me, I'm going to be fucking mad.
No, right. I'm sorry. Spoil it, you won't.
Oh, that's right. You've already seen this fucking modern masterpiece. All right, that's it for us. We will be back with episode 292, Shadow Force. Later, guys.
See you.
Take it easy.
Bye. You're watching the Black on Black Cinema YouTube channel. Make sure you check out our full reviews of Black movies, past and present. And every other week, we do a preview episode where we talk about a random topic that affects the Black community.